Morning power-up call. I'm going to keep this one short. I'm going to keep this one sweet. I'm just going to give you the lesson. We're not going to talk about, okay, maybe we will. So there's been massive changes inside of the boot camp. As you may have noticed, instead of 14 stages or 14 stage chats, we've condensed it down into 3 sections. The stages are still the same. The content's still the same. You still go through 1 through 14, but they've been broken up into 3 different stages, which is Business 101, writing for influence, and then partnering with businesses. That way we can segment the conversation, keep things going, but keep everybody in the same place. That way it's not spread out. There's a million reasons for it. We still got a million changes coming. So if you want to know more and you still have more questions, go check the announcements channel inside of the actual campus. It'll tell you everything you need to know. There'll probably be more changes by the time you watch this video if you're catching the replays. So we're moving fast. Things are changing. So keep an eye on what's going on inside of the campus. We have some exciting changes coming for you. Now, let's get to the lesson. So there's an interesting phenomenon I've noticed amongst students, right? Some of you will start emailing and reaching out to businesses or running projects for your clients, and you'll get positive replies, and then you'll shift away from that, which is an interesting phenomenon for me to notice, right? Quick aside, right? Some people think that a negative reply is a good thing. All a negative reply means is they've read your message. It doesn't mean that you've offered something they want. When you're first starting out with your outreach, when you're first starting out with any marketing campaign, you're trying to find that moment when your desire, what you're offering matches up with their desire. You're trying to find that product market fit. When you find that, you've got to double down on that. And the first indicator that you're getting close is you start to get positive replies. You send out emails and someone responds back that says they're interested. That means they have a desire, and something you have said has given them hope that they're going to be able to fulfill that desire, right? Now, it might not be literally the thing that you offer, but there's something about your outreach, there's something about what you have said that is matching up with their desire. Now, if they ghost you after you send the free value, or something happens, right? You don't have the conversation. Well, maybe there's something off, but it means that you've gotten at least close. You've got a reference point. This is the part when you're OODA looping. When you get that first positive piece of feedback, you've got to double down on it. You've got to ask yourself, why did I get this feedback? What did they think that they were going to get? How have I connected with the market here, and how can I do that better? And how can I improve this connection? It's absolutely vital, right? You can't run away from it. Once you've got positive replies, you've found your first indicator. You should double down. You should figure out what made that interaction successful and try and replicate that as much as possible until you have a really firm positive reply rate, right? But that first positive reply, that means that you offered something to some degree that they wanted, and that is the biggest hurdle you're going to ever come across in business and outreach. So I like to think of it as this. It's like, imagine you were blind, right? Completely blind, and you woke up and you were in the middle of a room. You didn't know, obviously you're blind, so you don't know which way the door is, you don't know where anything is, but you want to make your way to the door and you want to leave the room. Now, chances are, if you start walking in any random direction, you're not going to find the door first thing, right? Chances are you're going to stumble around, reach your hand around, and you're going to brush your hand up against the wall. And you're like, oh, there's the wall. Now, if you're a smart blind man, I'm assuming, I don't know too many, I've only spoken with a handful of blind people in my life and in depth. But if you feel that wall, you're probably not going to be like, no, that's not a door, and turn around and walk away. You're like, finally, a reference point. I know the limits. I've found something solid. This is a wall. You'd follow that wall all the way around to the door. And then boom, you found the door. You can exit the building. You're a happy little blind man in this weird scenario. The same thing happens when you're doing sales and marketing. When you first start to get positive engagement, you get to get positive replies, you get people that are interacting positively with your stuff. That's like the moment when you've brushed up against the wall, right? That should be the moment where you say, I'm onto something here. This is part of the thread. This is part of the continuity to the success that I want. I've got to analyze why this works. I've got to double down on it, and I've got to follow it. So if you're currently getting positive replies, or you've ever gotten positive replies in the past, that means you were offering something that they wanted. Now, you need to lay hold of that. You need to understand where that connection happened, and you need to do more of that. Now, like I said, if you sent free value and they didn't like it, that means that they thought you had something, and then when you actually delivered, you didn't. So you got to figure out how to deliver what they want so that you can further and deepen that connection, actually, land a partner and all that kind of stuff. But in the meantime, understand this. When you first start to get your first indicators of success, you don't run away from that. You don't change niches. You don't run away and try some other. No, you have found a connection. You've got to double down on that and make it more effective, because that's the biggest hurdle you have to get over, right? The blind man, when he's wandering around the room, he's lost until he finds the door or the wall, right? Same thing with you. And when you're first doing your outreach, you're lost until you get that first positive reply, or you get those first couple positive replies. Now you know, okay, I'm on to something here. And that's when you double down. That's how you OODA loop your way to success, right? Once you have found your first positive thing, that's your first feedback that's going to inspire you to continue moving down that path. Now, you still have to analyze, you still have to figure out how to improve it, but that is the first step. So once you guys get this, your first positive reply, once you get your first couple positive replies, know that the biggest part of the hurdle is almost over, and don't turn around and go somewhere else. Double down on the thing that's made you successful to that point and just replicate it over and over and over again. My friends, it's been a fun, quick call. I hope you guys enjoy this. Hope this lesson is helpful. Keep your eye on the announcements channel. We've got a bunch of cool new updates coming for the campus here in the copywriting campus. So keep an eye on it. I will talk to you guys again later or tomorrow in 24 hours. Let's go. Let's get it.